for Nicaraguan Name That Movie with Adam's buddy Oswaldo. See if you can guess which movie this famous line is from.
The one constant throw all the year, Ray as bang baseball.
If you said Field of Dreams,
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
you're correct. Now, back to the show.
Do they make houses smaller than 650 square feet?
Standalone houses, no way.
Well, there's that one house that's 649 square feet, so that one's smaller. Yeah, that one is smaller.
That one downer?
Yeah, but other than that, no, they don't.
All right, should we do some news, Joe Praino?
Sure. In honor of the host of the Clipcast being here, there is a 7'3" Chinese female basketball player taking China by storm. She's being called the female Yao Ming Zhang Ziyu.
I would call her Galzilla. That's just my first joke.
Oh, that's good.
Galzilla.
Dominating China's 18 and under
Holy shit.
basketball league.
She was created in a lab.
Can I say this? And I had this thought in New York before I even thought of this story. Or it's in the tip off. Is it very tall Asians off-putting?
Yes.
Why? Because we're not used to it?
Yeah, we're so used to seeing.
You've been to Asia, I assume.
I haven't.
Oh,
But it's
I
only
have.
because we're not used to it. Because once in a while, I was walking down, the streets of Manhattan and just saw like a 6'4" Asian guy, and I was like, off-putting.
Yeah.
Sure.
But not in a negative way, just not used to it.
I've been to Asia.
It scares me a little.
I'm 5'10", which is not tall. It's an average white male height. I believe 5'10" is the average white male height. Don't quote me. I went to Asia and I was like a giant there. It was awesome. I loomed ahead over the entire nation.
And when I see a
without
really
exception.
short black guy, it's a little off-putting.
If
too.
you were walking down
Especially
the street
for him.
and somebody was walking their Great Dane, you'd be like, that's a Great Dane.
That's a big ass dog.
But if a Chihuahua the size of a Great Dane came walking by,
you
you'd
put
be
it
like,
in
what the
perspective,
fuck
Joe.
is that?
what
Yeah.
kind of weird dog is that?
So she's going to go to the WNBA?
She's only 17 years old, and she's already 7'3". She scored a perfect 9 for 9 from the field for 19 points in just 13 minutes the other day, adding 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks.
Dude, when she turns 18, I'm going to fuck the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I cannot
She's not
wait
going
for her to turn
but
18.
Yeah. She's not going to wake up.
My dick's going to seem super small and all of that.
She's big, too. I mean, she's not a beanpole.
Would she fit in your old house?
Oh, not if she laid down. She'd
No.
have to sleep standing up.
She would stand up and she'd be in the loft with you.
7'3" is very tall for an NBA player, let alone an under 18 Asian woman.
Can you just alert me when she turns 18? I'm going to find her.
She's
I'm
got
gonna make her my second
another.
wife.
She must have another 4 inches worth of growth in her. too,
Possibly.
right?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, at 17.
Although girls, I feel like
Yeah.
spurt younger.
She's
Yeah.
Boban. She's Chinese Boban. Boban is I love Boban, but he can't give you a lot of minutes. So I don't think this gal's going to give you a lot of minutes, is my guess, in the WNBA.
All right.
Yao Ming, I don't know if you guys know this, that his parents were both Chinese national basketball players, and I'm pretty sure they made them fuck at gunpoint to create
Yeah.
Yao Ming.
Yeah.
You said, Chris, she was made in a lab. I'm assuming they made her by finding two
By
of the tallest.
gunpoint
Yeah,
fucking.
you two.
Have you ever fucked by gunpoint? It's the only thing that gets me there.
Yeah, it's the only way.
It's
That's
the
the only way
only
you
thing
can
that
come,
gets
right?
me there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it
Good
comes
point.
so quick when the guns come out.
Yeah.
All over my barrel. Oh, no. Who would you rather fuck, Caitlin Clark or that Chinese 17-year-old when she turns 18?
Yeah,
when
and-
she
and
turns
not a
18.
second before.
But who would you rather fuck, Caitlin Clark or the Lady Yao Ming dynasty?
Well, I think we'd all say Caitlin Clark, right?
Agree to disagree.
Really?
I want to
Okay.
fuck that big gal.
All right.
Caitlin Clark's too short and too white. Been there, done that.
What is Caitlin Clark? 5'10"?
No.
It's gotta be.
She's got to be taller than that. She's got to be
She
taller
does?
than that. There's no way to know, honestly. We're
Yeah.
just going to guess. There's no way to fact check this.
6 foot, 6 feet
There
tall.
you go. She's taller than me.
2 inches
She's taller
shorter.
than me.
2 inches shorter than Stephen A. Smith when he's wearing his heels.
That's
Dude,
right.
give me 14 more inches of Asian, and I am on board, Caitlin Clark.
She's 6 footer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's pretty good. Her team stinks.
There is a new or old trend, depending on how you look at it, of people raw dogging flights. This is people get
Mile
on
High Club?
No, this is when people get on flights and spend the whole time doing absolutely nothing. No phone, no music, no books, no television.
What?
Raw dogging flights.
Looking out the window?
I had that on the way fucking home. 2-hour delay on the tarmac.
Mike August's fault. Guarantee you it was Mike August's
By
fault.
the time we hit that lounge, after the gays were done mincing about,
Right.
we hit the lounge with about 16 minutes worth of lounge time.
Oh, Mike August can wreck that lounge in 16.
No buffet. All ordering from the menu.
Is that enough time to get something?
Mike gets the menu and he's like, give me top sirloin or whatever. I'm like, that's going to be about 25 minutes. And he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
What do you got fast? What's in the fridge? Crab cakes. Keep them coming. You know, I swear to God. So they start doing it, but we couldn't ruin it. By the way,
Keep signing.
there is no buddy in an airport that can effectively estimate time. Like
No.
this is the part that's nuts. So we go in, and we're at like gate 42, right? And then Mike goes, gate 42. We got to go under the tarmac. We got to go under the runway with the people mover, and then back up again, and then it's on the other side or whatever. So he goes.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's in between 41 and 43, Mike August.
We got to build in some time from the lounge, you know. And then I say what I always say. I said, Mike, I used to do two things for a living. I did radio.
1,
And I taught boxing.
2.
And I boxed enough.
There you go.
You don't know how long 3 minutes is.
It's an eternity.
Until you box, you'll find out how long 3 minutes is. Like, you'll go, fucking something's wrong with the bell. Like, something's wrong. I can't get beat up for this long. Like, right? And I go, in radio, you get a 5-minute commercial break.
Hey.
You can go get a blowjob, smoke a cigarette in the parking lot, like take a shit. You don't know how long 5 minutes is. And I'm like, so we pull up. So Mike goes, as we're going into the lounge, he goes, we got to go down the escalators. We got to go across the thing on the people mover. We got to go up. We got to build in some time. I'm like, I want maximum eating and drinking time at this lounge. So then when we pull up, Mike says to the chick behind the counter at American.
Yeah, and she wasn't good looking. I guarantee you that.
Not good looking.
Yep.
We're going to American. We're going to gate 42. How long from now? And the girl goes, oh, it's a walk. It's a little bit of a walk, which is true. People have no fucking idea how much ground you can cover in 7 minutes, though, when you're walking hard, you know, especially when Mike's got his phone out going the wrong direction hard, you know. So the chick goes, she goes, it's 15 from here. And we're walking in the lounge. I go, that's bullshit. It's not 15. It's faster 15. And Mike goes,
4 minutes
Mike
tops.
goes, you've never been here before. I go, I've never. That's right. That's right. I've never been to this lounge before, and I've never been to gate 42. She's in her 50s, and she works here. I still know way more than that bitch. And she said 15. She said you got to go underneath the runway and go across the thing on the people. I go, I heard everything she said. It's not going to be 15. I'm not building in 15. I'll put a fucking clock on it. I guarantee under 10. Under 10, that'll give us 6 extra minutes of devouring free food.
How long did it take you, Adam, to get from point A to point B?
7.5.
Boom.
7.5.
Under 10.
And then we got there, and I go, why? But why? Right. Why do I have to know everything? It's a burden knowing everything.
15-round trip, though. You had to go back and tell her she was wrong.
I forgot my earbuds.
You're
and we
a
had
liar.
to circle back around.
Dude, it sucks being smart in a world filled with dumb idiots.
But I also realize women especially can't, it's a parallel parking thing, can't judge space and time. They're not good at time. They're like, she's like, it's all the way on the other side of the thing. And I'm like, that's true. But in 15 minutes, I can cover this entire airport. And it's halfway across this airport.
In her defense, I have a dick and balls. If I had a hole that bled every 28 days in between my legs, I wouldn't know shit either.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
A valid point.
I don't know how long it takes places to get
You're
things.
looking at napkins,
yeah,
tampons.
Dude, I'm like, this hole in between my legs could start bleeding any second now for a full week. That sucks, dude.
Yeah, you've been concerned with how far Terminal 42 was.
I could give a fuck how long it takes you
You're right. You
to
gotta
get to fucking
prioritize.
Terminal
Maybe
42.
She was she seemed postmenopausal to me, but I
She's
still hear where you're
haunted
at.
by the memories.
Haunted by the memory of the period.
Monthly hole bleeds.
You're right. No, you're right.
This poor thing, this
No, you're
creature,
right.
this
You're
sweet
right.
little
I should have
angel
some
that you're taking a
sympathy.
shit on. What day was it? Was it Friday? Was Bill Maher taping?
I'm more taking a shit on Mike for believing her.
Fuck Mike August.
Because like,
That's the one thing I learned from today. Is
all
fuck
people
Mike
do
August.
is pad the shit out of everything, and they have no sense of distance or time. But
Are you going to miss
I
Mike
do.
August when you eliminate him from your tour schedule?
It's never going to happen. Way too much.
All right.
Way too entertaining.
Why don't you let him just go off on his own and get lost, and you go the right way?
That's a thought.
Yeah.
It's a thought.
Yeah, that's a
Next
moral
time.
dilemma right there
Next
for
time.
Adam Carolla on the Adam Carolla Show.
All right, where were we?
Okay, you're in the lounge.
We're in the
You still
lounge.
haven't made it back to Los Angeles.
Oh, Rawdogging.
Yeah, this is becoming a trend on social media.
All right, we fucking. I was like, it was literally like, Mike, I'm spending every second I can in the world's greatest. Nobody was in there but us. Woman, big fan, serving. Young woman saw me on Gutfeld the night before or whatever, 2 nights before.
Right.
Bringing drinks, bringing food.
Her face when she saw you was you
Hummus
on Kill Meat.
plate, crab cakes, awesome.
Excellent.
And I'm going, Mike, I'm stay here. And it was like literally like, I'm not doing 15 minutes. I'm giving it 8 minutes to get there based on nothing other than me being me. And here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we hustle. We hustle up. We get on the plane. They shut the door. We roll 20 feet out, and we stop. And we sit there for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
2 hours on the tarmac.
And they never give you an ETA.
And my
They never
screen
know
doesn't
anything.
work. I got
You're
no
raw dogging.
screen.
You're raw
I'm
dogging.
raw dogging it. I'm sitting there for 2 hours. It's a 6-hour flight back, but it shall not begin for 2 hours, and the screen is out the entire time.
The last flight I was on was just a couple days ago. I was in first class, and I was sitting next to this woman who was absolutely stunning. And she wore a mask. Now, immediately I'm like, well, maybe she's sick or maybe she doesn't want to get sick. But honestly, upon the 3-hour, 4-hour flight from Chicago to LA that we were on together, I was like, this woman is wearing a mask because she's so fucking stunning. She wants to not be a 10 on a flight.
I do that when I nap. I pull my baseball hat over my face for the same reason.
Yeah, and like if you want to just not be Adam Carolla on a flight and have
stunning.
a weird fan come up and like
No one. Yeah, occasionally someone, but
I don't think this woman was sick or was worried about getting
She just-
sick. I
yeah.
think she was just so fucking stunning. She's like, I just want to get through this flight and not be flirted with by the creep with the pink donut watch next to me.
I didn't raw dog it, but I did with the screen, for sure. But I have spoken before of a million years ago, more than 20 now, flying first class in New York next to a guy who was full raw dogging it back in 01, maybe
Before
2000.
it was cool, man.
Like I sat there. I don't know if you know much about my history, but I come from a lack of square footage and air conditioning in North Hollywood, and I'm fucking sitting up there in first class, and they're like,
You've arrived.
Would you like a bowl of warm nuts? I'm
Hell
like, yes.
yeah.
Would you like the veggie thing?
Hell
yes.
yeah.
Well, which one? Bring them both.
Bring them all.
Bring them both. Would you like
the
a
hot lady
drink?
next to me gave me her nuts.
Oh.
She just had the little dish of nuts. She like with her peripheral vision saw me just annihilate the nuts
With your eyes.
and then she gave me her nuts.
She was like, I could
Wow.
pull down
I
this
know.
mask and eat my own nuts.
Dude,
Right.
and by the way, in the animal kingdom, that's presenting.
That's
what she
called
did to
presenting.
me. So I was like, we should raw dog.
I have
I'll put a
had,
mask on if
I've
that
had
makes you
seat
feel
partners
sexier.
fall asleep, and I've taken their nuts after they've fallen asleep.
Sick.
I go, give me everything. I sat next to a guy. No nuts, no veggies, no cocktails, no entrees,
She said
no
no.
dessert. She said no. The guy was a dude to New York, didn't get a glass of water.
Wow.
The entire fucking
She
flight.
said no to everything. They gave her the nuts without her asking. She gave me her nuts. She said no to the meal. She said no to drinks.
You have to grow up rich.
And
Do you
then
have to grow up rich
she
to be
pulled
that
out
way?
of her bag, and I know this because all of a sudden I smelled it first. The biggest sack of Twizzlers I've ever seen.
What? Oh, that's a hot chick food.
I know,
That's
dude.
hot chick
That's
food.
a hot chick food.
That's kibble for hot chicks.
So she pulled out the fucking, she had like one Twizzler. That's all she ate with her fucking mask that hid how hot she was. And then she had to take the mask off to eat the Twizzler. Oh my God. And anyway, like, look, in first class, the good thing is you can jerk off and they don't like freak out about it. So I jerked off in front of her and like a gentleman.
It's understood.
I came into my own handkerchief. A gentleman carries a handkerchief.
Monogram.
There you go. So I had my hanky, you know what I mean? And I did a little wanky into the hanky.
Wanky hanky.
Yeah. And she ate her Twizzler and it got me there. And I wish I was at gunpoint because it would have happened faster. Let's go, Clips.
And scene. All right, what's next?
25% of Gen Zers are bringing their parents on job interviews with them.
Oh my gosh.
Some Gen Zers are relying on their parents for help with their job search, and some are even inviting their moms and dads to interviews with them. A survey on resumetemplates.com found 70% of Gen Zers have asked their parents to help them find a job. 16 say their parents have submitted job applications for them. And 1 in 10 have their parents write their resumes. But even more revealing in this survey, 25% say they've brought their parents with them to the job interview. 1 in 4 Gen Zers.
Who hires that person? Who hires the person who brings mom and dad on the interview with them?
Can you guys make an estimate? I don't know how you guys grew up, but I would reckon since I turned 18 or left high school, I think if you took a grand total of like how much money my parents gave me since my 18th birthday and you included, going out to dinner,
$250, $1,000 tops.
From my age today to then, I would say I'd just go $200.
$200.
That would be, and I'm rounding up. I don't think we got the $200. I give zero time, zero effort, zero anything, zero money, zero rides places, zero helping with some application, just big fat zero. Just nothing.
My dad, big 18 and out guy. When you turn 18, you're out of the house. That was his whole thing. I heard that mantra every day of my life growing up. 18 and out, 18 and out, 18 and out.
All they wanted is us to leave.
Yeah.
And even when we were in the house, when you were 12, it'd be like, take it outside.
Literally.
Get used to being outdoors.
My parents dropped me off at a school in New York City when I was 10, and then they picked me up when I was 14.
Really?
So like they wanted me out of the fucking house, and mission accomplished.
My mom is $100 bill into my hand every time. Like I would leave for college, I'd go to Christmas and I'd come home and she'd be like, "Here, just take this."
Lehigh.
$100
Am
bill.
I wrong?
That's right.
Lehigh.
But to this day, when I get I'm leaving at 44 years old. I'm leaving. She's like, "Here, take this." And I'm
That's
like,
nice.
I have fucking.
Is she Italian or Spanish?
She is Irish.
Irish. My bad. Oh, you're half Italian, half Irish.
Correct.
Okay, so she's
That'd
Irish.
be weird being raised by people who wanted kids.
She's probably giving you cash because she wants you to pick her up some whiskey while you're out.
What is it like to be raised by people that acted like they wanted kids?
Right.
It's all my
Because
parents.
you wanted your kids.
Yeah,
and you didn't say every day 18 and out. You get out of this fucking nice house in Malibu.
If I walked in my mom's room and went like, "Could you give me a ride to Van Nuys?" She'd just go
fuck yourself.
God. She looked like George C. Scott in Hardcore, watching his daughter get plowed. That's it. That's what my mom looked like. I'm like,
That
my
is not
dad.
the
Like, I'd
Patton
go,
reference I
could
thought
I
you
get
were
a
going
ride up
towards.
the street? And they'd be like,
This is the life I chose. What a piece
what
of
does
shit.
it come to? What does it come to? It's like, did you not want kids? Why'd you have kids?
Right.
I don't get it. Everything is like, Dad, could I have a quarter? The ice cream truck. Oh, God.
Well, all these kids don't want to leave home.
Oh, God. I know it's weird. I knew my parents didn't want me anywhere near any of their shit, their wallet, their house, their anything. I knew it, and it's like, we're leaving.
It is interesting to me that you didn't leave North Hollywood area, and maybe you did. I don't know. The Adam Carolla
How was
story.
I going? Where was I going?
Because like,
how would I get there?
Well, your mom's not giving you a ride.
I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything.
But you do have some dough, and you obviously had some success, whatever.
Oh, now.
But and I get it. It's the dream factory.
I had
here
to
in
pick up.
Hollywood.
I had to pick up a door in Van Nuys. I don't live. In
No, but still, you live in like the 40-mile radius of Van Nuys.
That's true.
So I live 3,000 miles away from where I was born and raised.
Right.
And so I wanted to get the fuck out of Jersey, personally.
Right.
And my father raised me that way, 18 and out. And then when I was 21, I moved to Los Angeles, and I haven't left. And one day I will retire. Have you ever thought about retiring? Because I just finally got to the age where I'm like, when is it enough?
Never.
When can we rein it in? You want to just drop dead on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Killer ratings.
That's right.
It'll be a memorable episode.
That
No,
YouTube
I
will
don't-
fucking blow up.
I don't, here, let's see George
George C. Scott watching his daughter get plowed.
This is my
What's the
dad.
name of the movie?
This is my Hardcore.
Hardcore.
This is my dad and my mom if I ever
Wanted to
asked
ride.
them for a ride somewhere. Or maybe a jersey with my name on it or something.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Turn it off!
Turn it off. Take the bus to Van Nuys.
That'd be my mom in North Hollywood.
Oh, he's in the porn theater watching his daughter get railed. I've never seen this movie. Obviously, I need to see it now.
Oh,
So you're walking to Van Nuys.
I just need a little money for Taco Bell, Dad.
Ooh, let's watch My Little Brownie next.
No, listen. You got to watch. Somebody did an early cheap fake on this. Do you guys know that?
No.
On George C. Scott watching his daughter get railed?
Yeah.
An early cheap fake on that scene. I don't know this.
You too. Call yourselves comedians.
Barely.
Yeah.
You've been listening.
I thought you were just having a bad day. Like,
I'm having a bad decade.
Biden campaign called and said Chris had a cold.
That's right. That's
first
right. He's
break.
still got his facilities. He knows where his liver pills and remote are.
Dawson, you know this clip, do you not?
I'm sure I've seen it. I can't remember what it is, though.
George C. Scott cheap fake.
I know I've seen a
Turn it
parody.
off.
Yeah, we played it on the show.
Turn it off.
It's him watching a Sandler trailer.
Right? Yeah.
Now you know what it is, right?
Straight to Netflix movie.
And I didn't know the original clip, so I would have never gotten the.
Oh, let's go clip. Let's go clip.
Sits down in the theater. He's looking for his daughter.
Where's Fred Willard?
In every family, there's one person who drives you a little crazy.
I gotta pick Jill up
Jack
at
and
4 in the
Jill.
morning.
She comes once a year and she's leaving on Sunday.
But during the holidays,
Jack, no fighting this year.
there's no escaping it.
American
when it's your
Airlines.
sister,
How we doing?
your twin sister.
No, you're getting fatter and your hair doesn't realize it needs to cover more face. Okay.
From the producers of Just Go With It and Grown Ups.
Twin and Jill are so alike.
She isn't subtle.
Jill, this is Otto.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. He's homeless, right? Are you whispering with a bullhorn or something? Everybody hears you.
This fall,
Seriously, honey, can't you try a little harder?
It's George
She's your
C. Scott
sister.
looking
Guess
very
who is
uncomfortable.
taking you to the Lakers game.
Finally, some twins.
Al Pacino plays himself in this movie. There he is.
Mr. Pacino. What this? This is insane, man. You gotta call him. Oh, will you stop, brother? You know all he wants to do is play Twister
This is the
with your
greatest
sister.
mashup ever.
Daddy, you know how to jump rope?
We were the Double Dutch Kings.
This was his last comedy that was released in theaters.
is forever.
I crave this. Family time. Please don't destroy my pool.
Turn it off!
Your sister and I grew up on the same streets. When I look at her, I see me.
When I look at her, I see me too.
Jack and Jill.
Incredible. But it works on Netflix.
That's the greatest cheap fake ever, isn't it?
Incredible. Incredible.
Anyway, that's what Pop's Carolla and Mom's Carolla would act like if I walked in the room and went,
Ask
could I
for
have
anything."
$1?
Right. Him again.
So they were not going with you on a
Even
job
in this
interview.
lavish 650 square foot dwelling, I still can't find a place to hide.
From Mr. Bullshit. Mr. Needy.
Get out of the room.
Yeah, my parents had there was no inkling that they wanted their kids at all
Of course.
at any time.
They likely
ever.
didn't.
I think they didn't.
Yeah.
I'd have to say they
Yeah,
did.
they did.
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
I had a sister. I have a sister. I just was cleaning my warehouse and wrote and read my mom's goodbye letter.
Whoa.
To us.
Heavy.
It was. But the thing that was funny about it is a couple of things. It was a typed letter, which was fine.
Oh, that's fancy.
It was typed.
Do you think she dictated it?
It was made to both of us. We didn't get an individual.
No, not separate letters.
We didn't get a separate
like,
letter.
Dear
My
Adam
sister and I have had very different lives. Very different lives. But we got one letter. And it was, and by the way, it's why I why I have a lot of energy for this subject, which is, I will, I'll paraphrase her.
Your mother's dying letter to you and your sister.
Yes. It was basically...
CC'd Adam.
I know I didn't act like it ever, but there was great love.
Sure.
And I'm always like, first off, who cares? Then if I don't know, there's great love. That's great, except for you never do anything or act like it or do anything. So... Right. Is there great love?
Right.
Because there's shit I care about and shit I love. There's people.
Yep.
And then there's things. And then you would know it by my actions because I'm involved with this I speak to them a lot and I try to offer. And
you love Drew. You stayed at his place in the Chelsea Pier. You have a love for Dr. Drew. That's your great friend.
I talked to Dr. Drew today before the show, and I love Dr. Drew, and I was very thankful that he let me in. Mike August stay.
Fuck Mike August.
And it's kind of
course.
And I thanked him profusely, and I do love the guy.
Yeah.
And then I also love racing vintage cars.
Excellent.
And the last thing I did when I walked out of my shop is I told the guy, we're going to start prepping this car that's going to Monterey that I'm racing this year. So I have an interest in both those things, and they're both expressed.
Right.
Because I do love that.
Yes.
And I love a cup of warm nuts on a first-class lounge.
Especially given to you by a hottie.
But there's nothing I don't talk about or hug or like or confer with or discuss or anything, but there's great love. There's great love. I would argue with that. And I would also argue, so what?
Yeah.
So then what? If it doesn't translate into money or hugs or support or anything or lasagna or anything, then what good? Okay, look, then you're like Michael Jackson. You love the children of the world. You love them all.
Some more than others.
Some more than others. So you don't get to not do anything for someone your entire life, and then at the end you get to go, but there was great love.
Right.
And I don't even know why. I don't even know why you would commit that to paper because you're basically just going
better late than never.
Listen, I know I never did anything or ever helped. I never did anything, but great love. Now I can go in peace.
Right.
And I get pissed off when people play that card.
Of course.
I would much rather have zero love and all the accoutrements of love minus the actual love. Thank you.
That's actually what my parents like. My mom. I don't think my mom will say "I love you" in a letter after, but everything. All the support, everything along the way, but we'll never be like, we had great love, a lot of love. She won't say.
No, she slipped you the $100. That was her version of it.
To this day,
my father clearly never got hugged by his father, so then he overcompensated. So he's very handsy. Honestly, it's a lot of hugging.
His dad did a lot of hugging. He wanted you out at 18, but a lot of hugging?
Which is mixed.
Weird.
That's very conflicting.
That's
you know
conflicting.
What I mean? I love you. I'm proud of you.
Cloth,
I want you out of here. Reverend Doctor Dad, Reverend Mom. That's why that's why I'm fucked.
Of religion?
Yeah, theology.
Martin Luther King? Okay.
Reverend Doctor went to the New York Theological such and such to get it. Yeah.
Complex.
Mm-hmm. They are very learned. They did the time so I could do the crime. Don't worry about it, Adam Carolla. Don't worry about it. Fuck God.
All right, let's do one more story. So
this next one's the first two words of the next headline are mother and child. So I'm just skipping it because we're not doing this again.
Child reunion. There was always lots of love.
That's right.
I just never showed you or told you.
The doctors have coined the term stress laxing. A new phrase being thrown around as doctors have found that some people actually stress themselves out
while relaxing
by trying to relax.
I read that in a book. Californians are aggressively laid back. And I think that's very accurate.
The term sorry, go ahead.
The problem with the the chapter we're living in.
Yes.
And by the way, all California is the sort of cliff notes of the chapter we're living in. They're like the Boolean cube of it. It's the condensed of what we're living. All the worst ideas are just here condensed.
Log line. It's the log line of the Cliff's notes of the piece. Not even Cliff's notes. Just give me the first 2 lines to sum up everything.
We always talk about how stressful everything is. Like everyone's like, so stressful. So stressful. You know what I mean? And they go like, oh, I had to drive to Nevada. So stressful. I had to sit in traffic to get back to Maui. It's just stressful. Everything's like, I had to go to Home Depot and buy a 4-in-1 screwdriver. It's like, so stressful. So everyone, first off, everyone front loads everything. It was like stress. And I go, it's really not. It's really not. The car's got air conditioning. Yeah. I got a credit card. I can go do this. I can do that because it's so stressful. And it'll do like a lot with like, oh, and then they added a second show or a third show, and they're like so stressful. And it's like I stand on stage for an hour, I tell jokes, it's air conditioned, I get a beer. It's not
that
stressful.
Big of a deal.
It's not that deep. It's not that big a deal. So we do a lot, and then they go, everything is so stressful, and now we have to decompress from all the stress, and then everyone starts talking about what they need to do to decompress from all the stress, and now they're up in their fucking head because they've said stress 1,000 times. It's like, just eat the hot dog. You don't want to know what's in it. You don't want to visit the Hormel plant. You don't want to see how any shit is rendered. Just fucking enjoy the hot dog and have a beer.
Farmer John's hot dogs. You don't want to know what Farmer John did to get this hot dog.
Don't take a deep dive into everything and how stressful everything is. Stressful compared to what? All who came before us?
Right.
The Donner Party? Sure. Like who? What? Fucking chillax, everyone, and stop talking about your stress. Stop talking about what everything does to you.
Don't stress.
We're not hydrated, or we're overhydrated, or we're something hydrated, and we need to decompress, and all this shit. And people are like, you need to decompress. You need to, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking and traveling and fucking eating for free.
Another pro of COVID, and the laundry list of pros just goes unchecked. All pros is during COVID or whatever, we couldn't do anything. So I built a tiki bar in my backyard. And so if you're ever wondering, like, I wonder what Chris Wylde is up to today. I am not stressed out. I am chilling out. I'm chillaxing in the Wylde Tiki Bar, possibly in a hammock. Joe Praino's been there
many times. The Wylde Tiki Bar.
I'll make you an Arnold Palmer, or if you like booze, an Arnold Palm Tree. Okay, and the Arnold Palmer, as we all know, is lemonade and iced tea. The Arnold Palm Tree is lemonade, iced tea, white rum, and dark rum. Okay, and there you go.
Together in harmony.
In harmony, swinging in the hammock of life, not stress laxing, chillaxing.
Can I ask you this?
Please do.
And maybe in Mike Oggs' defense, went to Governor's. Mike always gets the Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Big club, 350 seats, full bar, full kitchen, baked Zito or Ziti. Is it
Ziti?
Big Ziti.
Yeah, Zito's a different guy.
Zito's a guy.
Good stuff. Everything's good. Full bar, full everything.
He gets the Arnold Palmer.
People go there early to eat. He gets Arnold Palmer. They're like, oh, yeah, we got iced tea, but we don't have lemonade. And I'm like, isn't there some sort of federal law that you have to have lemonade in this huge establishment with all these drinks and stuff?
Of course.
No lemonade. So they go, we have lemon, whatever, sour that we make margaritas or something. And like, we'll try that. And I'm like, all right, this is never going to, and of course it tasted like ass. But I mean, I feel like lemonade itself and the Arnold Palmer are ubiquitous enough to have a thing a minute made in the fridge, back there somewhere. Isn't that weird? Just to go, we don't. And the only thing that's weirder, and she didn't do it, but it happens all the time, where people go, "No, we don't have lemonade." I know people ask all the time. I was like, that one. There's no way you could possibly accommodate those.
Also, lemonade is just lemon and water and sugar, and for an Arnold Palmer, you only need a quarter of you could make lemonade.
100%.
No lemonade.
And what is the number? Is it when 100,000 people ask for an Arnold Palmer that you go out and get some fucking lemonade?
I don't know. I'm obsessed with businesses where they go, everyone asks for that.
We don't have that. We don't have that.
I go to the Zanku and I go, give me the shawarma, half chicken, half beef shawarma plate.
We can't do that.
Yeah, but everyone
wants to do it.
wants it, but no can't.
We're not going to ever fucking do it. We'll die on this hill.
They will. All right. Let's bring it home. I'd say that's enough.
All right, bring the ship in for a landing, Captain Adam.
Chris Wylde, the podcast, Clipcast.
That's right.
Everybody.
Every year I've predicted the Clippers are going to go 82-0. This is our 13th season, and I will be once again wrong. But this year, 82-0. We got a new dome, Sweet Dome.
Ran into Donald Sterling.
Oh, man, have you been watching the soap opera about where Al Bundy plays Donald Sterling?
I haven't seen it, but I ran into him
Dime
at
and dime.
Lucky's in Malibu, and we spoke for a while.
He kind of reminds me of Trump.
Yeah.
Where, like, in person, he's actually quite charming.
Yeah.
And he's almost, like, aggressively charming.
Mm-hmm.
But there is just this layer of bullshit about him that's kind of, like, slimy, whatever. Obviously, he's a little slimy.
Yeah.
Ballmer is...
And both slumlords.
Yes, they're both slumlords. Ballmer obviously is the better owner, but he's also like super intense. Like if you talk to Ballmer, he's shouting at you. It's good to see you, Carolla!
He ordered. We're at Lucky's in Malibu. Is a table next to mine. He ordered a Grecian Palmer. It's Grecian formula.
Grecian Palmer.
Yeah, it's tea and Grecian formula.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. All right.
82-0 this season. Paul George left, but that's okay. We're going to be just fine. Clippers, this is their year. Clippers, Nets finals. It's going to happen in my lifetime.
All right.
Maybe not this season.
Eugene, Oregon, McDonald Theater. That'll be me doing stand-up July 12th, and then July 13th, Chinook. Well, I can't even remember.
Come for Mike August. Stay for Adam Carolla.
That's right. What is that word?
Snoqualmie.
Snoqualmie Casino will be doing stand-up there July 13th, and then Carpinteria. Oh, going to Dawson's place, the Alcazar Theater. That'll be South Coast, and stand-up. That'll be July 27th. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Joe Praino and Chris Wylde saying,
let's go, Clips.
Mahalo.